A few weeks back I posted this question on my YouTube community tab, as well as in some of the photography related groups that I'm part of on Facebook. I was right in thinking that this would be a hot topic because it evokes us to think about the characteristics that make up our favourite lenses. However, this also identifies the flaws in those traditional lenses that we all thought of, which could be rectified by modern technology to, in theory, give us our ultimate lens. The way that I came about asking this question was actually from using the lens which has recently been updated with better coatings, build quality and a new autofocus motor. That lens is the Pentax DA-Star 16-50 f2.8 PLM. I owned the original version of this lens for a short time before deciding that the focal range didn't suit my shooting style. But now, after having used the new version of this lens, I've completely changed my mind, and that's all down to the updates that this lens has received. The fast and accurate autofocus capabilities, along with the improved lens coatings, have opened up a door which I had previously bolted shut, and has given me access to a focal range I'd all but written off simply due to not enjoying the original version of the lens. That got me thinking about the lenses that I've owned over the years, and which of those did I love everything about, but it was just missing one or two things that maybe's kept it from being my ideal lens. So, what would a modern, updated version of my favourite lens look like today? We'll do a little swap of sorts here. I'll tell you mine if you tell me yours. Leave a comment on which lens you'd love to see a modern version of, and what are your reasons for choosing that lens, any make, any model. So the lens that I'd love to see a modern version of will come as no surprise to some of you watching, especially if you shoot Pentax. And of course, for me, it's got to be the Pentax DA-Star 50-135 f2.8, which I'd love to see updated. This was a lens that I owned and loved. It had beautiful rendering, the focal range was great on my APS-C bodies, it was weighted perfectly, weather sealed. In fact, it was so good that I actually said I'd never sell it. But eventually I did end up selling it, and the one thing that let this lens down for me was the focus motor. It just proved way too slow for the type of images that I really wanted to capture with this lens. Yes, I know there's always ways to get the shot, but after having used other lenses which have received modern updates such as new focus motors, improved lens coatings, etc. I'd love to see those improvements rolled out to even more of our favourite lenses. And personally, I'd really love to see the DA-Star 50-135 updated in exactly the same way that the Pentax DA-Star 16-50 f2.8 was. I think that the perfect lens formula already exists, or at least it did in many cases. It seems so obvious to me that updating these already great lenses from the past could create something even greater for the future. Now don't get me wrong, there's some lenses that had enough character and charm that they just needed to be brought back to market regardless, and I had the pleasure of using such a lens over the summer. Click on that video and I'll see you over there, and as always, thanks for watching.